Hey guys, what up? Ganks Prankster here, bringing you my Dark Knight Rises review. I saw the movie on Friday, and I'm here to talk about it. I want to do a full review, spoiler, tons of spoilers. I want to talk about the movie very in depth. So if you did not get a chance to watch the movie, I suggest watching it before coming and listening to this. Or maybe you want to listen to it before you go into the movie. That's fine with me. But just be warned that I'm going to be talking about stuff in the movie, and there will be spoilers. So, first, goddamn, it was hard to watch a movie with a boner, but I did it. Oh man, it was so fucking good. I just want to say that off the bat. It was so fucking good. Movie was excellent. So good. I think it might even be better than The Dark Knight. That is just a personal opinion. But like, the movie was just so good. Like, I can't say that enough. It was excellent. I enjoyed every minute of it. It was about 2.5 hours. Yes, there was some parts they could have cut out, but I think everything had a purpose. You know, everything was there for a reason. And the movie was just excellent. So let's break it down. Man, what do I want to talk about first? I feel like I'm gonna miss some stuff, so let's talk about the story first. So the story takes place 8 years after The Dark Knight, and Batman's retired. It's been it's been 8 years. Batman hasn't made an appearance in Gotham since he killed Two-Face, or Two-Face killed himself, or whatever. And the city thinks of Harvey Dent as a hero, and Batman is just this evil fucker that killed Harvey Dent, which is not the case. Everyone knows if you watch The Dark Knight. I definitely recommend watching both movies before watching this one, especially the first one. There's a lot of they don't really reference the second movie too much. They reference the first one more than anything. But anyways, so Batman he hasn't been seen in a while. As for Bruce Wayne, he has not been seen. You know, he doesn't make an appearance. He's beat up. He walks with a cane. He's really injured from all the stuff that he does as Batman. And, you know, all this has taken a toll on his body. So he hasn't been as active as much. He just stays in his room all day, and that's it. And, so the story starts off. Well, the first scene, it starts out with Bane. He's in a plane, and he gets kidnapped. You don't know it's Bane. I'll talk about Bane after. Like, I want to talk about the story, and then we're going to talk about the characters specifically, because there's a lot of characters involved, a lot of twists and turns. This is so fucking good. I can't say it enough. It was so fucking good. Anyways, so Bane, you know, he kidnaps some doctor and some shit, but that's not important. So all of this action starts off is when there's a huge party at Wayne Manor, and this waitress, who turns out to be Selina Kyle, also known as Catwoman, she sneaks in as a waitress. She's told to go give food to Bruce, and she steals something. You know, he notices it because he's the fucking Dark Knight. He's the detective. And he's like, "Oh, you stole those," and she like kicks his cane, and that kind of jumpstarts everything. And then after that, you know, they start learning about Bane and Gordon and some other cops. And there was a cop that they focused on a lot in the movie called John Blake. We'll talk about him a lot more because he is pretty much a main character in this movie. Like, besides Batman, I'd say the second most important character in the movie was John Blake, the cop. And you know, he actually comes to Bruce early on in the movie, and he's like, "Hey, I know you're Batman, and the city's in trouble. We need Batman to come back, and he's got to save the city." And he talks about like how they have similar pasts, how they both lost their parents, they both have the same rage and anger. And, you know, Batman actually did something about it. You know, he became Batman. Anyways, so, you know, they fight, okay, so moving on to the movie a little bit. So Bane, Batman goes to fight Bane, and he breaks his back, and Bane chucks him in a well, and there's only been like a couple people that got out of the well. Bane is one of them. Or no, Bane is not one of them. We'll talk about that in a second. There's just so much. There's a lot of twists and turns. And then there's this chick, Miranda Tate. We'll talk about her more in a second. Oh my god, I feel so scatterbrained. Like, I should have wrote this out because there's so much I want to talk about. So he breaks Batman's back and takes him to some well that he has to climb out of. But, you know, Batman has broken back and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, Bane, trashing Gotham, blows up football fields, as you can see in the trailer. Just blows up everything. Turns Gotham into a piece of shit. It was awesome. It was fucking awesome. I feel like I'm missing so much stuff. God, there is so much stuff to talk about. Like, it was a 2.5-hour movie. What else? So anyways, Batman, you know, he finally gets healed. He comes back as Batman. Defeats the evil Bane. And, we learn more about Bane. God, hold on. I want to talk about the characters just in a second, because, like, there's a lot to explain that leads towards the end. So first off, we got Batman. Christian Bale, he did a fantastic job as Bruce Wayne / Batman. Just a fantastic job. Can't say enough about him. Probably my favorite Batman / Bruce Wayne.
Just you guys.
Second, probably Michael Keaton. I liked him. So yeah, Batman's good. Let's talk about Bane. Bane, Tom Hardy did a fucking great job. He looked so fucking jacked. Now, this wasn't the regular Bane. Like, if you follow the comics, you know that he becomes more muscular because of the venom. Well, that's not the case for Bane here, but his mask... so in that pit that I was talking about, that Batman got his... Bane broke his back and then threw him in the pits. You learn that Bane was there, and he was viciously attacked trying to protect someone, which we'll talk about in a second. And so they use this mask to protect his face, and it delivers like a numbing gas to just protect him from the pain. And a great Bane, by the way. Great character. I thought he was really good. I didn't understand some of the parts that when he was speaking, but I understand for the most part. I am Gotham's reckoning. You know, he kind of had a funny voice, but he could back it up. Like, no one's gonna make fun of Bane. Like, hey, Bane, you sound funny. And he, oh my god, just such a badass. Like, he's breaking people's necks with one hand, breaking Batman's back. Like, this, oh man, he's so good. Fucking such an awesome Bane. So yeah, we'll talk about more of Bane in a second. Selina Kyle, Catwoman. They didn't really refer to her as Catwoman, but you know who Selina Kyle was. And I thought Anne Hathaway did a good job. You know, she definitely played the typical Catwoman, you know, kind of good, kind of bad. She turned on Batman a couple times, and, you know, Batman being that guy, like, he sees the good in Selina Kyle. He's like, you know, I believe there's some good in you, and you find out later in the movie, which we'll get to in a second. I just kind of want to go through all these characters. So, solid Selina Kyle. I enjoyed it a lot. Next, John Blake. This was the cop that I was talking about, who shares a similar path as Bruce Wayne. He had such a role, and we learn later in the movie. Actually, I'll talk about that in the end. Anyways, he finds out, you know, he's a smart guy. He finds out Bruce Wayne is Batman. He finds out Harvey Dent wasn't all he's made up to be, and he's just this young cop and very ambitious, and you kind of see that. Whatever, we'll talk about that in a second. So much to talk about. Next is Alfred. Alfred, he didn't really have a big role in this movie. Basically, Alfred's role in the movie was just trying to convince Bruce to, like, live his life and try and forget about Batman. But Bruce is like, no, I can't give up Batman. I can't let the people down. Can't let Gotham down. Overall, I liked Alfred. Solid character. Michael Caine, he's a great Alfred. Jim Gordon, he was pretty good. Lucius Fox, he didn't have a pretty big part in the movie. Next is Miranda Tate. Miranda Tate it's some investor chick. I wasn't paying too much attention. I just tried to, there's too much to keep up with. Like, there was just so much in the movie, just so fucking much. It's hard to keep up with some parts. I want to watch it a second time. I'd probably be more critical the second time. First time, I just went in, enjoyed the movie for the experience. I'm like, I'm gonna watch a Batman movie, and it's gonna be fucking awesome. So I probably missed some parts. I'd probably be more critical if I watched it a second time. But anyways, Miranda Tate, she's the kind of love interest of Bruce Wayne. She wants to be an investor. She's a member of the Wayne Enterprise Executive Board. And later on in the movie, that pit that I was talking about earlier, that Bane threw Batman down, so there was only one other person that escaped, and that person's Miranda Tate, who you later learn that is Talia al Ghul, the daughter of Ra's al Ghul, who's in Batman Begins. And her and Bane kind of reassembled the League of Shadows, or League of Assassins, League of Shadows, and very well done. What a shocker right there, Talia al Ghul. And so Bane, he got injured, so Talia escaped from the pit, and there's a whole backstory there. Ra's al Ghul had sex with some princess or some shit, and they had a kid. Ra's left. The daughter, the princess, had to pay the sentence that Ra's had to do, so she got put in the pit. I think she died, and so they had the baby there, Talia al Ghul. She was born and raised in this pit with killers and murderers and shit, and her protector was Bane. And so one day she goes to try and escape, and no one's escaped. They've all fucking died when they try and escape. Anyways, a little kid, she's like 9 years old. She escapes from the thing, and whatever. I think she finds her father. They come back in the pit. They rescue Bane. Ra's doesn't really like Bane. Whatever. So anyways, yeah, that's the whole team up between there. But you don't really find that out until later on in the movie. So yeah, that was cool. So let's go back to the story a little bit. So Bane blows up all of Gotham pretty much, trapping all the cops underground, which is where he had his lair, and setting up all this shit to blow up Gotham. And it was nuts, you know. He traps like 3,000 cops underground, so Gotham is pretty much ruled by mercenaries. They break out the prison, so Gotham's pretty much run by mercenaries and villains and criminals and shit, and just, yeah. So Batman finally comes out of the pit, you know. He comes back, he's Batman, does all the Batman stuff. He stops, and there's this big nuclear bomb that's supposed to go off and destroy Gotham, and you know, he manages to save the day with John Blake and Gordon and Lucius Fox and a bunch of others, and Catwoman, of course. She ends up killing Bane, I believe. Not confirmed if he's dead or not. Well, I don't think there's gonna be we'll talk about that at the end as well, if there's gonna be another movie. So anyways, during the movie, you know, Batman goes broke, or Bruce Wayne goes broke. He loses all his money, his stocks in Wayne Enterprise. Talia ends up dying. Bane is not confirmed if he's dead, but he's probably dead. And you know, Batman, you know, pretty much takes the bomb, sacrifices himself, blows up, saves Gotham. They build a statue, blah 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 blah. So later on in the movie, you find out that Bruce is not dead. He is seen in France with Selina Kyle. Pretty much gonna live his life. He's gonna give up being Batman, and he's gonna try and live as Bruce Wayne, live as a normal guy. This John Blake guy, he is, Batman leaves the Batcave to him, and you later find out that John Blake's real name is Robin John Blake. His first name's Robin, so technically, this was a Batman and Robin movie, pretty much. Like, the John Blake character the whole time, he's Robin. You don't get to see him in a suit, but that's Robin, you know. And he's not Dick Grayson or Tim Drake or Jason Todd. He kind of has characteristics from all of them. just deducing Batman's identity like Jason Todd did, and, you know, wanting to help and having, you know, losing his parents like Dick Grayson. He kind of pulls in characteristics from all previous Robins, which I think is pretty cool. And I think the very smart thing that Christopher Nolan did was, you know, saying, I'm not going to make this, Robin's never going to be in my Batman movies. But on the second hand, you know, this was pretty much a movie about Batman and Robin, but he wasn't really in a costume. And I just thought it was brilliant on Christopher Nolan's part. So anyways, at the end of the movie, Batman's in France with Selina Kyle. Gotham saved. What else? Oh, and John Blake, he's in the Batcave, assuming, you know, and it just kind of leaves it there at a fucking cliffhanger. It's like, is John Blake going to be Robin? Is he going to be Nightwing? Is he going to be the new Batman? And it just kind of branches off there. Like, I have so many ideas for, like, possible sequels. Like, if they ever do a fourth, which I don't know if they will or not, but this is what I'd like to see. So, you know, Batman's living his life as Bruce Wayne and stuff. You know, he's left Batman. Meanwhile, you got Robin, John Blake, kind of taking care of Gotham City and protecting that. I would have him become Nightwing. You know, he doesn't want to ruin the legacy of Batman. Take on Nightwing. And, you know, he's protecting Gotham. And eventually, in a fourth movie, this is just fan speculation, my prediction, I'd like to see in a fourth movie. So we have the character Hush. You know, he's used to be friends with Bruce when they were kids. And you know, he would become Hush, and he would fuck with Bruce until Bruce dons the cape back and becomes Batman. And meanwhile, that would be the threat with Bruce. And then there would be a threat in Gotham, whether it be, you know, Penguin or Riddler. I have Riddler in mind for a character in Gotham. And then eventually, you know, Bruce comes back to Gotham, dons back the Batman cape, and Nightwing and Batman kind of team up to take out, you know, Riddler and Hush, or something like that. Like, I had a really well thought out in my head, and that was just a brief synopsis of what I would like to see in a fourth movie. But overall, this movie is fucking nuts. A lot of people were very critical about it, and I don't really have anything to say with those people. I mean, it's all opinions. It's one of the best Batman movies I've ever seen. Might be better than Dark Knight, to be honest. Like, I don't know, Christopher Nolan did a fucking great job of Batman, but at the same time, it's like, where do we go from here? Is someone gonna continue this? Are they gonna reboot it? You know, it would be such a shame. Like, I don't think anything can top Christopher Nolan's Batman. Like, he did such a fantastic job making characters we want to care about, like Bane. No one gave a shit about Bane. You watch Batman and Robin, and it's like, wow, that Bane fucking sucks. And then you watch Christopher Nolan's Bane, and it's like, wow, that is amazing. It's just so... He did such a fantastic job. And the fucking actors, Christian Bale, he did a great job as Batman. Heath Ledger, great Joker. Everything was just so good. All the fucking Batman movies are so good. And I definitely recommend seeing this movie. You might have to see it twice. See it once just as a fan. Just as a Batman fan, go watch the movie. Just go and enjoy it. And then the second time, you know, I plan on watching it a second time and just, you know, catching stuff that I didn't catch in the beginning when I first watched it. But overall, you know, I'm probably gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Like, I just really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was fantastic. The storytelling, the characters, just the action. There's a lot of action in this. The fight scenes, Bane and Batman. Oh, what a brutal fucking battle. Fantastic. I can't talk about it. I can talk about it forever. You know, it's just so great. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions in the comments. Did you watch the movie? Do you agree with me? What did you like? What didn't you like? Let me know in the comments. And if you didn't watch it, and you've listened to this or whatever, do you plan on watching the movie? You know, why or why not, and stuff like that. I'm sorry if this went a little bit long. There's so much to talk about. I know I rambled a little bit, but I tried to get all the important stuff to talk about. I feel like there's still stuff I didn't talk about, but whatever. I'm gonna have to cut it off eventually. We're going on 20 minutes. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Anyways, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments. Thanks for watching, and peace out.